Hello everyone. Today we are going to have another lesson with you. In this lesson, we are going to talk about the adverbs of frequency. Let's start the lesson. These are the adverbs of frequency words always, often, never, usually, generally, sometimes, and rarely. There is a short video which defines as the adverbs of frequency. I want you to watch this video carefully.
Adverbs of frequency. Definition. An adverb of frequency is exactly an adverb of time. Adverbs of frequency always describe how often something happens, either in definite or indefinite terms. Grammar rule. Examples. He always goes to the theater. She sometimes watches TV. I never go to zoo. We take a vacation at least once annually. I usually shop for groceries on Sunday mornings. He is often late for work. We seldom see Sahil. Remember, the adverb goes next to the verb. I generally have cereal for dinner. He sometimes plays tennis. Be careful. Always use how often to ask a question. How often do you watch movies? I sometimes watch movies. We say, we don't say. He always writes his homework. Not, he always writes his homework. He sometimes drinks coffee. Not, he drinks sometimes coffee. Adverb.
And here are some examples and important points of adverbs of frequency. Let's watch this.
Emily always has breakfast at home. Always. Sophie usually goes to school on foot. He often listens to music after school. Often. They sometimes have lessons in the afternoon. Sometimes. They rarely go to bed late. Rarely. They are never late to school. Never. Always. Usually. Often. Sometimes. Rarely. And never are words we use to talk about the frequencies of our actions. They are called adverbs of frequency. Always means that you do things every day. Let's say 100% of the time. Never means the opposite, so 0%. Usually, often, sometimes, rarely follow a descended order. This means you do a thing less and less. You can also use every day to things that happen or are done every day of the week. Let's see some examples. They're always happy. Notice that with the verb to be, the adverb comes after the verb. He usually watches TV after dinner. But in other situations, it comes before the verb. Exception, every day. He brushes his teeth every day. If you use every day in a sentence, it comes at the end of the sentence. Keep in mind, adverbs of frequency are used to talk about how frequently you do something or something happens. In a sentence, they come after the verb to be or before other verbs. Every day. Emily.
And here is Mary's chores chart from Monday to Friday. And these are the chores that Mary does in a week on weekdays: clean her room, take out the rubbish, help cook dinner. He cleans her room on Mondays, on Wednesdays, and on Fridays. And as you see in the chart, there isn't any star on any day, so we can't say he takes out the rubbish. She never takes out the rubbish. And help cook dinner, we have a star on each day, so we understand that Mary does this chore on weekdays. And here are the sentences about Mary. We are going to fill in the blanks by using adverbs of frequency. 1. Mary blah blah takes out the rubbish. She never takes out the rubbish, as we see in the chart. 2. Mary helps cook dinner. As you see, she does this every day on weekdays, so Mary always helps cook dinner. The other sentence, Mary cleans her room. She sometimes cleans her room, so we may say Mary sometimes cleans her room. You see the examples? You see the way that we use adverbs of frequency? And this is Joe's chores. From Monday to Friday, help wash the car, study for a test, take out the rubbish are the chores that Joe does on weekdays. Joe helps wash the car on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. He studies for a test on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And as you see in the chart, there isn't any star on any day, so we can't say he takes out the rubbish. Let's look at the sentences. Joe blah blah takes out the rubbish on any day, so we should say never. Joe never takes out the rubbish. 2. Joe helps wash the car. You see, on some days he does this chore, so Joe sometimes helps wash the car. And the other sentence, Joe studies most of the day, so Joe often studies for the test, we may say. And in here, this was the exercise that we faced on our People's Book. We are going to match and write sentences by using the adverbs of frequency given above. 1. Study for a test. 2. Do the dishes. 3. Make my bed. 4. Walk the dog. 5. Practice the piano. 6. Take out the rubbish. 7. Feed the fish. 8. Clean my room. 9. Earn pocket money. And now let's look at the sentences. Number 1. I always take out the rubbish. These sentences are done by myself, but you may write your own sentences related with your own life. So they can be different, like my ones. The other one, I sometimes feed the fish. I never practice the piano. I usually walk the dog. I always make my bed. I usually study for a test. I sometimes clean my room. I never earn my pocket money. I never do the dishes. Thank you for joining today's class. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I hope to see you in the next lesson. Have a nice day.